Hey guys, it's Lady Rain of Sorrow here, and we're back. Oh my god! Okay, so after many trial and error and tears and, well, no tears really, but after many of figuring out what the hell to do, we are back. Oh my god, we are back into Dangan-Ronpa. So, let's go. Okay, so where I left off. So basically I went back and I watched my old video. In my update video, as you guys, know, I basically, oops, gotta get back into this. But yeah, for those who watched my latest update, my previous update, I guess, for those of you, who watch it, I can't words anymore, like, I'm so rusty again, but, basically, I played this up into the door, so, sadly, this isn't new content for me, and I already know what happens, but, I'm still gonna record it anyway. I'm still gonna put it in the thing. So I figure this episode will be like philosophical in the sense of like asking you guys questions in between me reading dialogue. But anyways, to the game. Monokuma's disassembled pieces are scattered over the gymnasium floor, except, as I thought, it's not here. What could it be? I just pulled this thing out of him. What do you think it is, dude? That's Dude, what? It's a bomb. You remember what happened to Iwata on our first day, don't you? A bomb? That bomb has gone missing. There's no doubt about it. The fragments in the garden were... fragments? Near the body. Okay, so I figured out what was bugging me. Next is Kitty Gitty's bedroom. Should go back to the garden and ask Tagami about that again. Alright, so here are the questions I have to ask for you guys. So, I am back. As you guys can tell, I am back. I am fully making playthroughs again. And I plan on expanding the channel a little bit. Or, not really expanding, but I have some ideas. Ideas in my head. I should pull up the map so that way I don't... Yeah, because I already passed the stairs. I have some ideas for... Oh, God. For making, like, expanding my channel, making it better. Stuff like that. I'm still working out details and stuff, but I now have the tools to kind of make some fun things. And one of the things I ask of the subscribers is, would you guys be interested in seeing future Let's Plays? Like, for Dangan-Ronpa, I'm gonna keep it as is, my old style, but new style I want to do is I want to do, a intro, either just an intro, just an outro, or both. My question to you guys, and if you can leave it in the comments below, is does it bother you when you're watching Let's Plays and Let's Plays have like intro? Where am I going? This way. Does it bother you when you're watching Let's Plays and it has intros and outros? And if you think it's cool, do you guys have any ideas of what could possibly be done? Let me know if what your thoughts are about that, because I would like to begin do something like that, like just to spice up the channel a little bit. I also have plans for future things, but that'll come later in the discussion. Right now we gotta raid a bedroom, so... Hey Tagami, are you about ready? Kitty Gitty's room, let's go. Hey, wait Tagami! I ran to catch up with Tagami, and we both hurried to the dormitory. So yeah, so as mentioned, I just have a few ideas. Let me know what you guys think about seeing my Let's Plays either having an intro or an outro, or both. Like, let me know what you guys think. Oh my god. I'm opening the door right now. Togami removed Kirigiri's key from his pocket and inserted it into her door. Click. There. Thanks. Whoa, wait, wait! Stay. Okay, so my new setup isn't very... Okay, stop moving. Yeah, my new setup right now isn't really new. I gotta stop staring at his crotch. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to drop you. So this is Kirigiri's room, huh? Oh, I should just go right to it's a bed, but nothing's there. Yeah. There's something on the top of the table. A wooden plate. What's that used for? I think it's probably a key. You know, like the keys used for the locker at a public bath? It looks like one of those. Hell if I know, I've never been to a public bath. That sounds about right. Togami probably can't even envision what a public bath would look like. So it's a key, huh? That reminds me, I might have seen something like that somewhere. Oh, where? So I recall... Oh yes, in the dojo. I recall seeing something similar to this there. Microphone, if you fall one more time, I swear. Ah, right, the dojo. Wooden plate. Alright. What exactly is it you were hoping to find by investigating this room? I didn't have anything specific in mind, I just thought there might be something useful. Something that might help me understand Kirigiri better. Don't tell me that's the only reason you dragged me along on this trip. Sorry? There's not enough time in this world to produce useful results when you don't even have an objective. Don't you have anything more concrete? Anything at all that tells you what it is that needs doing? Something more concrete. Ah, now that you mentioned it. Kirigiri reached into her breast pocket and handed me... What's this? Perhaps you could call it a declaration of my intent. Don't open it now. Only open it should something happen to me. I'm pretty sure I put it in my pocket. There it is! What's that envelope? Kirigiri gave it to me. She said to open it should something happen to her. Then open it. Something has indeed happened to her. Okay. I lifted the envelope flap and carefully removed its contents. It was a single sheet of scrap paper. Under the sheets? Was there nothing else in the envelope? Nope, that's it. Under the sheets? Does that mean there's something there? Well, let's find out! Is there something hidden beneath the sheets? Only half expecting to find anything, I lifted the sheets up and... What's this? I found a single crumpled sheet of paper. Kibogamines. I will eventually figure out how to pronounce this. Academy's 78th class student register? Makuro Ikusuba. Ikusaba? That looks to be Mikuru Ikusuba's student profile. So it does. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I'm guessing Kirigiri stole this along with the key when she snuck into the headmaster's office. Fine, I'll tell you, so this trip isn't a total waste. A key and a blankety-blankety blank. There, happy? The blankety-blankety blank Monokuma mentioned has to be this. This is what Kirigiri left behind, so her death wouldn't be in vain. This isn't the time to be getting emotional. Hurry up and read it. Right. I collected myself and looked back down at Makuru Ikusuba's profile. Ikutsaba? Makuru Ikusuba. Female. Super duper high school mercenary! Dun dun dun! MGS style here. Makoto Itsuba's slender build belies her as a combat specialist, highly skilled in a whole range of weaponry. Fostering an intense interest in the military from a young age, it eventually became her whole world. While in elementary school, Makoto Itsuba took the championship in an international airsoft tournament, gaining recognition and making her the subject of articles in numerous modern military publications. However, just before she entered middle school, Makoto Itsuba went missing during a family trip to Europe. The investigation into her disappearance, which was being treated as a kidnapping, made little progress. It drew considerable media attention. In the end, she was never found. 3 years later, however, Makoto Itsuba suddenly returned to Japan, alone. She confessed to having spent the previous 3 years enlisted as a member of the... Okay, hold on. Where's my phone? Okay, when I first read this word, Fenrir, I believe that's how you pronounce it. But I am Googling it right now because I don't want to mess it up. Fenrir. Okay, Fenrir. Got it. Okay, the Fenrir Mercenary Corps. She said she had not been kidnapped, but that she left of her own volition to be trained as a mercenary. Despite that, it still remains unclear as to why she suddenly decided to return to Japan. Makoto Itsuba's student profile. Okay. Mercenaries this, warfare that? It's like she's from another dimension, or not just the world she lives in and how she was raised. But it's more like fiction and non-fiction. There's no point in even trying to compare them. That's how far apart our dimensions are. That was the impression I had as an ordinary everyday citizen, but I never thought I'd hear the Fenrir in a place like this. The name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You've heard of them? The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a deranged organization of warriors for hire. Although they do offer some rather useful services, it wouldn't hurt for you to remember their name. No, I think I'm good. This is all obviously way out of my league. However, there is something that's bugging me. I recall hearing rumors that Fenrir had already... I spy with my little eye a sub-character-esque protagonist and a protagonist-ish sub-character. Monokuma? Well now, what do you guys have there? Aye, you saw the profile! And what are you gonna do about it? No need to act like you got a snake in your boots. I don't have any intention of condemning you guys. Nor am I gonna get all over cowardly Kitty Gitty's case for stealing it either. To be quite honest, thievery isn't against the rules. But I can't forgive Ogami, who broke the school rules by destroying the headmaster's lock. Maybe I should drag out her body, hack it up, and eat it. Bears are omnivores, after all. You must be pretty particular about the rules if you consider a violation unforgivable. You got that right. The school's rules are the grease that keeps the academy running smoothly. So, as the headmaster, it is my obligation to uphold the rules. You uphold the rules, huh? Does that mean the rules apply to you too? Yes, sir. I don't want to deal with you guys getting your pennies in a bunch about things being unfair. And while we're talking about particulars, I got some juicy information for you guys. Information? It's about who the rules apply to. To put it another way, it's about the participants in this academic coliseum. Up till now, I don't think I've told you exactly how many participants there are. So I think it's about time I cleared things up. When you guys gathered in the entrance hall, there were only 15 of you there, right? So I'm guessing that caused a pretty big misunderstanding for you guys. By misunderstanding, do you mean... Yep, there aren't 15. But a total of 16 high school students participating in the academic coliseum. 16? Then... Mikuru Ikusuba, the 16th student hidden in this academy. The girl referred to as the super-duper high school despair. Beware of Mikuru Ikusuba. The 16th student, Mikuru Ikusuba, is also a participant, which means the rules also apply to her. Why? Yes, did you say something? Why would you go out of your way to tell us that specifically? Oh, well, you see... As I said before, the Academic Coliseum is being broadcast live to despairingly rave reviews. With so many people watching, it's necessary to be completely transparent about the rules. I mean, it's all a big pain if I had to deal with a storm of complaints and hate mail later, wouldn't it? So that's why I told you. Yeah, I find the excuse as transparent as wet paper. Well, that's all the hints you're getting from me. But as retribution, I will tell you one other thing. Retribution? Tit for tat! Cowardly Kirigiri's tit for a Monokuma's tat. Mikuru Ikusuba's profile for Kirigiri's profile. Kirigiri's profile? You know how she wears those obnoxious gloves day in and day out? Just between you and me, she wears them to hide markings on both her hands that she doesn't want people to see. What? Well, that's all you're getting from me. See you guys again at the class trial. And goodbye. Markings on both her hands that Kirigiri doesn't want people to see. Could he possibly be talking about that tattoo? But wait, Monokuma said it was something she didn't want people to see, which is to say she wears the gloves to hide her hands. But if that's the case, what about those fake nails? Are you thinking about Kirigiri again? Huh? Now is not the time for that. Oh, yeah, it's the time for that. She's kind of missing and kind of part of this investigation. Now is not the time for that. First, we need to carefully consider Monokuma's trap. Monokuma's trap? Your feeble-mindedness can only be punishment from God. Think carefully about what Monokuma just said. There are 16 students here in the academy. In other words, Mikuru Ikusuba counts as a student. To make it even easier for you, Monokuma was trying to say the school rules apply to Mikuru Ikusuba. The question is, why would Monokuma come out and say that at this particular time? He said it was there. Oh, so there wouldn't be any complaints afterwards about the rules not being clear. Turning that around, it means that Mikuru Ikusuba is connected to this case. And because of that, in the interests of fairness, Monokuma revealed the existence of the 16th student in advance of the class trial. Mikuru Ikusuba is involved in the case? It's possible Mikuru Ikusuba is the culprit in Kyoko Kirigiri's murder. What? If you assume Mikuru Ikusuba is the culprit, it makes sense that a class trial would be held. Because that means the murder was, without question, committed among the students. The culprit is Mikuru? She killed Kirigiri? Of course, anyone with a working brain could figure that much out. In fact, that's what I believe to be the case when Monokuma announced the trial. But what Monokuma just said made me change my mind. Mikuru Ikusuba is not the culprit. Huh? Why not? Mikuru Ikusuba, the super-duper high school despair, is possibly the puppet master's true identity. Given that, doesn't it strike you as odd? Why would the puppet master go out of her way to reveal information disadvantageous to her? Now that you mention it, that makes sense. On the other hand, her saying things to intentionally make Mikuru Ikusuba look suspicious means exactly the opposite, that she's not the culprit. Which is why you said it was a trap. A trap designed to make us draw an incorrect conclusion. That's one possible interpretation. So, being that as it may, Mikuru, keep in mind, if Mikuru is the puppet master, And the puppet master just revealed that the rules apply to her, then that means... Well, what Monokuma said derails investigation, and as such derails investigation. What am I? Where? But the thing is that the hand is what... Okay, when I played through this the first time, I noticed this before, but in the picture of the hand, where you see the tattoo looks smudged. I don't know whether that's textures or whether that's intentional, but the tattoo looks smudged, which means to me it's fake. And accompanied that with the fake nails, that's implied that the body is fake as well. Or this is my interpretation, I don't know, but I believe the body is fake as well, which means this was a trap to lure out and possibly eliminate everybody in the academic coliseum because Mikuro feels threatened. That is just my theorization as of right now. I don't know, but we're gonna find out, hopefully. The more I think about it, the more likely it seems. But then, if the 16th student Mikuro isn't the culprit, who is? It's a tarp! It would seem as though we've completed our business in this room. Let's get going to our next location. The dojo, right? We need to figure out what the wooden key opens. Let's go. Okay. Just go right to the locker. A row of wooden lockers is lined up against the wall. The keys here are like what you find at a public bath. So the key we found in Kirigiri's room really did come from these lockers. Also, another reason in my mind working is that Mikuro feels threatened is because Kirigiri is close. Kirigiri is a big threat. How Kirigiri was able to, like, I feel like, okay, because I believe the body's a fake, I believe, oh, hi. Anyways, because I believe Kirigiri is a fake, or Kirigiri's a fake, the body is a fake that blew up, I believe Kirigiri's alive. How? I don't know. But I don't 100% believe that she's dead. I don't believe that she's the body. So we'll see. Okay. Negi, look at the locker on the right. Ah, it's the only one without a key in it. You know what that means, don't you? It means I need to put the key we found in Kirigiri's room into the slot. Get to it. Okay. I took the wooden plate out of my pocket and inserted it into a slot on the locker. Click, click, boom! The key slid into the slot as though it were being sucked in, and then I opened the locker door. There are arrows inside, around 10 in total, maybe. They're duraluminum. They may be thin, but they're extremely sturdy. But without a bow, they're nothing but thin, sturdy rods. Thin, sturdy rods. Aside from that, there's bloody packing tape. There's a ball of brown packing tape crumpled up at the bottom of the locker, with what appears to be blood on it. The fact that there's blood means this is probably connected to the murder. I'm inclined to agree that it is connected. As for how, I'm drawing a blank right now. I think that's all there is of interest in the locker. What's wrong, Tagami? Doesn't it strike you as odd? Something obviously connected to the murder was being stored in this locker. But why was the key to the locker in the victim Kirigiri's bedroom? Wait, what if... Tagami? Never mind. Anyway, there's not much time. Let's move. Huh? Where to? We have research to do. On Finrir. Finrear? You mean the merc group Makuto Itsuba was in? But how are we gonna do that? Where does one go to do research? Do I really need to spell it out for you? Where would you go to do research? Ah, the archives! Oh yeah, that's right. There are even files there on things that aren't public knowledge. We don't have much time until the class trial. Let's go. The files on Finrear were on that shelf, I think. Tagami headed straight for the shelf at the back, as though he knew exactly what he was looking for. There it is, here. Then he returned to where I was standing, carrying a single file. And he's not gonna just go right and tell me, but okay. Here, look. Look? But I can't read it. What language is this in? You're not saying you made it to high school without learning French, are you? Excuse me, I slept through my French classes. I'm pretty sure the majority of high school students can't read French, actually. You're hopeless. Fine, I'll read it for you. Just know that you'll be repaying this debt 100-fold. 100-fold? Extornate much. Finrear is an organization of professional soldiers operating out of the Middle East. Unlike typical private military companies, Finrear is a brutally violent outfit specializing in direct combat. It is said that a single member of Finrear has the military strength of 100 ordinary soldiers. Just like the Finrear of legend, the Wolf of Ragnarok, Legend of the Wolf of Ragnarok, they inspire fear in everyone they meet in battle. While it's not public knowledge, they apparently took part in a great many battles and military operations. However, some time ago, they suddenly ceased all activity. It is presently unknown whether the organization even still exists. Some reports suggest all the high-ranking members were murdered, but no one has been able to confirm it. Another rumor says Finrear was exterminated to prevent them from leaking highly classified military secrets. And some believe they destroyed themselves in some sort of internal conflict. What? I feel like, how should I put it? I'm gazing into another world. A whole new world. What? We're all part of the same world, and they just live next door. Besides, the battlefield and this academy, they aren't actually so different. Both worlds thrive on the unimaginable and the unpredictable. And that is why this place is so much fun. I couldn't disagree with you more, psycho. Anyway, is there anything else you're curious about? This is your last chance to learn about Finrear. Oh yeah, there was something. There's one thing I want to know. Earlier you mentioned the legend of Finrear, right? Finrear, the legendary wolf of Ragnarok, son of Loki in Norse mythology. While we're on the subject, I'll tell you one other thing. To show that they were members of Finrear, every soldier was apparently required to inscribe the symbol of Finrear somewhere on their bodies. What? A symbol representing Finrear, the wolf of Ragnarok. The wolf tattoo on the hand! Wait, then could that be? Ding, ding, ding. Your doom has come. Blah, 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 class trial. It seems our time is up. Everything else we'll need to figure out during the class trial. Indeed, let's go. Here we go to our deaths. Okay, so from here on out, we'll see if my theories are true. We'll see how things go. And now, since I'm back, we can move past the red door and actually finish this game, guys. We can do it! We can do it. I believe in us. Oh.